Though I've only seen this film one time, but I'm willing to go ahead and give you a review of this anyway for its 35th anniversary. Here's my review of Spike Lee's first joint of a film, Do the Right Thing. Yo, man, this is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Dual, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 1989 dramedy flick Do the Right Thing, released by Universal, produced, written, and directed by Spike Lee, which I do think is his first film, but I might be wrong though. If I am wrong, then I do apologize. The film stars Lee himself along with Danny Aiello, Ossie Davis, Ruby D, Richard Edson, Giancarlo Esposito, Bill Nunn, John Turturro, and Samuel L. Jackson. It is also the feature film debut of Martin Lawrence and Rosie Perez as well. The story explores a Brooklyn neighborhood's simmering racial tension between its African American residents and the Italian American owners of a local pizzeria, culminating in tragedy and violence on a hot summer's day. The film was released on this day, June 30th, 1989, hence today's the film's 35th anniversary. This was a big success for Universal. It was a big hit, and it has been since been featured on many list of greatest films of all time by numerous critics. Let's get into the story. 25-year-old Mookie lives in Bedford Stuyvesant. If I mispronounced that, I apologize. With his sister Jade, and has a toddler son named Hector with his Latina girlfriend Tina, and works as a delivery man at a pizzeria owned by Salvatore Sal Frangione, an Italian American who lives in Bensonhurst. Sal's racist eldest son Pino is antagonistic towards Mookie, clashing with his father, who refuses to move his business out of the majority African American neighborhood, and his younger brother Vio, who is friendly with Mookie. Many distinctive residents are introduced, including friendly drunk the mayor, mother sister who observes the block from her brownstone, Radio Raheem, who blasts Public Enemy's Fight the Power on his boombox wherever he goes, and Smiley, a mentally disabled man who meanders around town trying to sell hand-colored pictures of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. At Sal's, Mookie's friend bugging out questions Sal about his wall of fame, decorated with photos of famous Italian Americans, and demands that Sal put up pictures of black celebrities since the pizzeria is in a black neighborhood. When Sal declines and ejects him, bugging out attempts to start boycotting the pizzeria. During the day, local teenagers open a fire hydrant and douse the other neighbors to beat the heat wave before white police officers Mark Ponte and Gary Long intervene. After calling Tina on a payphone, Mookie confronts Pino about his contempt towards African Americans. Various characters break the fourth wall to express racial insults. Mookie against Italians, Pino against African Americans, a Puerto Rican named Stevie against Koreans, Long against Puerto Ricans, and Korean store owner Sonny against Jews. Pino expresses his hatred for African Americans to Sal, who insists on staying in the neighborhood. That night, bugging out, Raheem and Smiley march into Sal's and demand that the Wall of Fame include black celebrities. Sal demands that Raheem turn his boombox off, but he refuses, and bugging out badmouths Sal and his sons and threatens to shutter the pizzeria, upsetting Sal, who destroys Raheem's boombox with a bat. Raheem then attacks Sal. His sons and the others struggle to get him off Sal. Then the fight spills out into the street and attracts a crowd. While Raheem is strangling Sal, the police arrive, including officers Long and Ponte, who break up the fight and apprehend Raheem and bugging out. As the officers attempt to restrain Raheem, Long begins choking him with his nightstick. Though Ponte and onlookers plead for him to stop, Long tightens his chokehold on Raheem, killing him. Attempting to save face, the duo place his body in the back of a police car and drive off. The onlookers blame Sal and his sons, but the mayor unsuccessfully tries to convince the crowd of Sal's innocence. In a fit of anger and grief, Mookie grabs a trash can and throws it through the window of the pizzeria, sparking the crowd to destroy it. Smiley sets the building ablaze, and the mayor pulls Sal and his sons away from the mob, which then turns towards Sonny's store, preparing to destroy it too. A panicked Sonny eventually dissuades the group. All right, now for the ending. You know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this here video. Excuse me. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below. If you've seen the movie already, please continue. Okay, you've been warned. The police return with the fire department and riot patrols to extinguish the fire and disperse the crowd. After the police issue a warning, the firefighters turn their hoses on the rioters, leading to more fighting and arrests. Smiley wanders back into the smoldering building and hangs one of his pictures on the remnants of Sal's Wall of Fame. The next day, after arguing with Tina, Mookie returns to Sal and demands his weekly pay. After an argument, the two cautiously reconcile and Sal pays Mookie. Local DJ Mr. Senor Loveday dedicates a song to Raheem. Before the credits, two quotations expressing different views about violence, one by Martin Luther King and one by Malcolm X, appear, followed by a photograph of both leaders shaking hands, the same one shown by Smiley throughout the film. During the credits, Lee then dedicates the film to the families of 6 black people, 5 Eleanor Bumpers, Arthur Miller Jr., Edmund Perry, Yvonne Smallwood, and Michael Stewart, killed by police officers, and one Michael Griffith, killed by a white mob. End of story. So, what did I think of Do the Right Thing? Well, again, as I've said, I've only seen this film once, but I thought it was very good and what have you. I actually liked it for what it had to offer. I really liked the saying and what have you, with being mixed of all sorts of cultures and what have you. But I gotta tell you, it turns into a real, well, fighting in various parts here, as I've already said. Anyway, at the time of the film's release, both Siskel and Ebert ranked the film as the best of '89, and later each ranked it as one of the top 10 films of the decade. Siskel had it at number 6 and Ebert had it at 4. Siskel described the film as a spiritual documentary that shows racial joy, hatred, and confusion at every turn, while Ebert lauded it for coming closer to reflecting the current state of race relations in America than any other movie of our time. Yep, I gotta say, this was really, really something. Now, the film currently sits certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes at 91%, saying it's smart, vibrant, and urgent without being didactic. Didactic. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. The film is one of Spike Lee's most fully realized efforts, and one of the most important films of the 1980s. Metacritic has a good score of 93. And according to online film resource, They Shoot Pictures, Don't They? Do the Right Thing is the most acclaimed film of 1989. After release, many reviewers protested its content, so this got controversy and what have you. Some columnists opined that the film could incite black audiences to riot. Lee criticized white reviewers in turn for suggesting that black audiences were incapable of restraining themselves while watching a fictional motion picture. In a 2014 interview, Lee said, "That still bugs the shit out of me," calling the remarks outrageous, egregious, and I think racist, he said. "I don't remember people saying people were going to come out of theaters killing people after they watched Arnold Schwarzenegger films." And an open question near the end of the film is where Mookie does the right thing by throwing the garbage can through the window, inciting the riot that destroys Sal's Pizzeria. Some critics have interpreted Mookie's action as one that saved Sal's life by redirecting the crowd's anger away from Sal to his property, while others say that it was an irresponsible encouragement to enact violence. The quotations by two major black leaders used at the end of the film provide no answers. One advocates nonviolence, the other advocates armed self-defense and in response to oppression. Well, Lee has remarked that only white viewers ask him if Mookie did the right thing. Black viewers do not ask him the question. Lee believes that the key point is that Mookie was angry at the wrongful death of Rio Rahim, stating that viewers who question the riot are explicitly failing to see the difference between property damage and the death of a black man. And he's also been criticized, and Lee has also been criticized for his treatment of women in his films and what have you. But I'm not going to get into too much of that. But anyway, nevertheless, the film still did very well. It went on to make 37 million worldwide against its $6 million budget. It went on to win several awards. It got nominated for 2 Academy Awards and 4 Golden Globes, but didn't win any. It won some awards at some of these awards. Ruby Dee and Ossie Davis won Outstanding Actress and Outstanding Supporting Actor at the NAACP Image Awards. Years after it got released, the MTV Movie Awards, when it was still the Movie Awards, received the Silver Bucket of Excellence in 2006. Anyway, I liked Do the Right Thing for what it had to offer and what have you. I think it was really a good film. I don't really, and I have nothing against what this had to offer. I've seen some films that dealt with that, even though there are still some I definitely need to watch, like Boys in the Hood. I've been wanting to try to give that film a chance and watch it, and I will eventually. And Straight Outta Compton, I definitely need to watch that one. Because after all, I'm trying to be nice and give some of these films some respect and what have you. I've been respectful for some films with an African American feel to them and stuff like that, okay? Anyway, now, so Spike Lee's direction and story for the film were absolutely superb. Bill Lee, who, well, I'm not sure he's a, who I'm not really sure if he's any relation to Spike Lee, though, but, well, did the score for this, and that was pretty good. Now, for our cast, Spike Lee himself, who did, aside from directing, he plays Mookie, and I must admit, he does an exceptionally good job. Danny Aiello plays Sal. He's good. The late, great Ossie Davis plays the mayor, and he's good. Ruby Dee as mother's sister. Pretty good. Giancarlo Esposito played Bugging Out. Pretty good character. Bill Nunn, who this was before he played Joseph Robbie Robertson in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy, played Rio Rahim. He was good. John Turturro played Pino. He was good. Roger Glenver Smith played Smiley. Rosie Perez played Tina. Um, Joy Lee, I'm not sure any relation to Spike, played Jade. And let's see, Martin Lawrence, of course, makes his debut as the character of C double E. Anyway, and Samuel L. Jackson plays Mr. Senor Loveday. Of course, he's credited as Sam Jackson in the film. But anyway, the rest of the cast is pretty good too. So overall, Do the Right Thing is definitely a very good film as long as what goes on it doesn't bother you much. But I think you can get through this without much trouble and what have you. So overall, would I recommend Do the Right Thing? I'd say hell yeah, go for it. Check this film out. I think you might enjoy it. So what did you think of Do the Right Thing? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Please help support my channel. Make it grow and make the views grow. Next time, I'll be bringing to you my July 2024 schedule. And if you like this, you may want to consider checking out my reviews for some of these other films. In the upper left-hand corner is my spoiler-free review of the film adaptation of the musical In the Heights, which that was pretty good. Or check out my review for one of my absolute favorite Martin Lawrence films, and that's Big Mama's House from 2000. Great movie. I know Blue Streak's a good one too, but I like Big Mama's House a little more. Or if you would like maybe a little something else, you can check out my review for a real film that's now not comedy but serious drama. Check out my review of The Godfather from 1972. I will review the second one sooner or later. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc. Then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.